Hello again, welcome everyone. Join me from Moscow, Russia, Kirill Dmitriev, and he's the governor of the Russian Direct Investment Fund, RDIF. Mr. Kirill, thank you for joining us. My first question would be, can you please put us in perspective, what is the strategy of the fund for 2021 after witnessing quite a tough year, 2020?
Thank you so much. It's really an honor and pleasure to be here. And I was very carefully listening to the previous discussion, and this topic of investment cooperation with policymakers really stood out. And I think we, from the beginning of the pandemic, really focused on how we as a fund can make the best contribution to fight the pandemic. And we believe, I'll mention an example of how sovereign wealth funds can be more and more socially responsible and really focused on solving some of the biggest challenges for the world, such as pandemics. So in previous year, for example, we focused to invest in fast testing systems that have really been instrumental to fight COVID in Russia. We invested in antiviral drug, one of the two antiviral drugs against COVID that we have then given to more than 15 countries. And of course, we invested in Sputnik V vaccine, which has become one of the main vaccines. 14 countries already registered Sputnik, and next week, more than 15 countries will start vaccination, including mostly with Sputnik V. And we focused on having vaccines that is not only more than 90% efficient, but also is safe, can be stored at good temperature, and can actually be affordable to the world. So those are the things we've done last year. Now, going forward, I think we will continue to work jointly, very closely with the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia to implement many of the initiatives that Kingdom has. And we have to applaud focus of His Majesty the King and His Royal Highness Mohammed bin Salman, and of course PIF and Khalid Al-Falih, the Minister of Investments, for really transforming Saudi Arabia into one of the most attractive and one of the most vibrant investment destinations. And we really see this transformation.
You mentioned the vaccination part, you're behind the production of it, and you did mention some stuff about storing it and logistics to it. But why would the country invest in the Russian COVID rather than the other, the Russian vaccine, instead of the other vaccines taking place? There's a big race among companies to be the first on this front.
Yeah, well, I think I'm just giving you an example. This is what we have done. So we invested in Sputnik. It's already registered in more than 14 countries, and we work in partnership with many nations to produce it. We work with India, Brazil, Korea, and China. So this is just an example of, I think, how sovereign wealth funds can mobilize their capital, our capital, to invest in breakthrough projects around the world. And you mentioned competition. We're actually cooperating, for example, with AstraZeneca, with whom we are helping to increase the efficacy of their vaccine by using one of our shots. But going back to the transformation and sort of plans for the next year, we really see this historic transformation in Saudi Arabia. We see major partnerships that we have built with Saudi Arabia through oil deal where we're able to stabilize energy markets. We enjoy $2.6 billion of joint investments with Public Investment Fund of Saudi Arabia, now joint projects. Through business councils that we have between Russia and Saudi Arabia, we can do many great projects with the kingdom. So we believe the new horizons, which is what we asked about, is about genetics, is about artificial intelligence, and we are confident that by working very closely with PIF and with Ministry of Investments of Saudi Arabia, we'll continue to invest jointly in breakthrough projects and technology that will really transform Kingdom from being consumer in some of those sectors to really being a producer and one of the most vibrant creators of technological content.
Kirill, briefly, Russia has been a major partner when it comes to OPEC+. It has stabilized oil markets for the past few years. Are you still committed to the OPEC+ agreements?
Of course, and we really appreciate the leadership of Saudi Arabia in OPEC+, and I think, the surprise cut that they have done recently is a really brilliant move that led to stabilization of the markets jointly with other OPEC members at the most critical time. And this is an example how we can work together with Saudi Arabia, with OPEC Plus, to really do great things for producers and consumers. And I think this partnership is example for how we can also unite our efforts to address other issues that the world is facing. So energy definitely is something that we've done very well together. And again, we have to give tribute also to His Royal Highness Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman for his big leadership in this area for driving this OPEC Plus arrangements forward.
Kirill Dmitriev, the governor of the Russian Direct Investment Fund from Moscow, thank you very much. Dear guests, please stay with me. Next up, we are joined live from Los Angeles by Dr. Peter Diamandis, the founder and executive chairman of XPRIZE Foundation and a member of the board of trustees of the FII Institute, and his panelists. Thank you very much for watching us.